Hey guys, GNT here, and today I want to talk about Titans Flip. I forgot which episode it was. Give me a second. Episode 7. The title episode is Bruce Wayne. And, you know, like I said last time, I don't look ahead of time to see what the titles of these episodes are going to be. So, I thought last week that this week's episode was going to, continue the whole Connor story. Or, just put a little bit more information into him. Which, I mean, technically they did, because they found out his origins and whatnot. But, other than that, wasn't much there. And, here's my thing. I understand why they called it Bruce Wayne, but at the same time, they should just call this episode Robin. Because, that's what it focused around. Both Robins. Since, Dick Grayson has yet to put on a Nightwing suit, I'm still considering him Robin. So, this is a Robin episode. And here's the thing. This episode was really good. Like, the last episode, I still like last episode better than this one, but this one was really good. Like the whole Bruce Wayne being Dick Grayson's conscience, basically. Because that's how the whole thing went. He's like, oh, you know how to get rid of me. Tell the truth. I'm gone. Because when I first, read the title, it said Bruce Wayne. I was like, oh, well, I guess, Dick Grayson's probably going to go and see Bruce. It is what it is. That's what I thought was going on. I thought, he'd go there and then somehow he'd end up getting a new costume and stuff. I don't know when he's getting the costume, but it's kind of bothering me now because I don't want it to be like, what was that, Daredevil? You know how you watch the Daredevil show and he doesn't get the costume until it's just about over? And that type of thing. Or really doesn't put it on until it's just about over. Oh, I hate that type of thing, but it's whatever. They haven't been doing much superheroing stuff in this season anyway, so it's not like he really needs it all that much. But that's what I thought that's where I thought this episode was going to go at first. But once I started watching, I was like, oh, hallucination. That's where this episode is going. He's going bat crazy. See what I did there? No? Nobody's gonna laugh or leave a like for my horrible jokes? Okay, fine. I'll just get on with it. Yeah, so we get more, I guess, I'm trying to think of how to say this exactly. Because, I don't script things out. I just say them as they come to my brain. Which means that it takes a lot of effort. Yeah, but we got more insight on how little Robin, Jason, is doing with the whole falling off a building thing. Because I didn't think they were going to go into that because, well, they walked up there and, he was still same old angry Jason. Freaking no character development Jason. But they used this episode to give him more character. And I was like, oh, finally. Because here's my thing. The Robins are my favorite characters in DC. And then there's Static Shock. It goes like this. We go Nightwing. And you know what? As a matter of fact, Static Shock is after Nightwing. And then we go with Red Hood, which, Jason Todd. And after that, we got Damian Wayne. And then Tim Drake. And it's funny because most people like Tim Drake more than the others, but I don't. But, I guess because I wasn't into Tim Drake's, I wasn't reading comics back when Tim Drake was the big thing of Robin. So, that's probably why I don't have that much of an attachment with him. So I've read some stuff with him, but not the stuff that everybody says is so great and made them love him as Robin. Anywho. That's just sidetracked myself. Jason got some good development here, and it made him feel more human instead of just angst. He didn't seem like he was just angst incarnate. He was like, hey man, I keep falling. And like I I didn't see it coming. Because for the most part, every episode I assumed he just stayed the same character over and over. But this time he got some depth. And it was wild, man. He was standing on that roof. And he was about to jump. I was like, wait a second. Here's what I thought. See, because my brain always tries to figure out what's going to happen later. It is what it is. It's a horrible habit. But I thought that at some point they go back into the whole Deathstroke thing, and they would go one of two ways. Either Jason Todd would end up alongside Deathstroke in some weird way to make him accelerate into being freaking Red Hood in this version of DC, or he would end up being killed by Deathstroke and somebody bringing him back in a pit next season. That's where my brain was going. But instead of them doing that type of thing, which could still happen, but I doubt it now that he's actually a character, they actually had him on the roof about to jump. Oh goodness. Being talked down by freaking Dick Grayson, who has went through a full-on journey in this episode to getting around to actually being the lovable character that we all know, because that's where it seems like they're going with him. Over both seasons, well, more so this one than the last one, it seems like they're trying to slowly lead him into the Dick Grayson that we know. You know, the freaking quirky one. The one that's fun to read or fun to see on screen. This one's just a little bit of a downer. Like, every time I see him, it depresses me a little bit. It always seems like he's upset. And I'm like, man, I don't want to see you upset. It's ruining my day. Oh, but with this, it seems like they're finally bringing him out, because they dropped that bomb at the end of the episode. They were like, hey, I killed Jericho. Which, I don't think it's gonna be like, hey, I took out my staff and beat Jericho upside the head. I don't think it's gonna be that type of I killed him. I think it's gonna be some type of accidental type thing. Because I don't believe they're gonna have him, actually be full on psycho murderer, That he's not that Robin. But then again, with this show, he's been pretty brutal. Not this season, last season. So, I don't know. It could be a real thing, but I don't think it's going to be any type of, I just directly beat him to death, or I shot him, or some type of stuff like that. I think it's going to be some roundabout way of him saying that if I wouldn't have done this, he wouldn't be dead. That type of thing. If I wouldn't have done this mission, he wouldn't be dead. Same type of thing they had with, no, that wasn't that way. Never mind, I was about to say the whole Aqualad thing. But that wasn't that type of thing. It was different. So, ignore that. Like I told you, no script. Just going off the dome. And that is not my strong suit, as you can see, because I've rambled quite a bit. So, with Connor, we did have a little bit of a resolution with his character. He got Crypto back. Crypto, the super dog, he got him back. And here's the thing. Anybody with any type of knowledge on DC knows that he got hit with kryptonite bullets, and the kryptonite was probably still in his body. And that's what they were trying to figure out in the episode. So when they had goodness, I'm trying to think of her name. I think her name was like Eve, the freaking Cadmus doctor. When she came in there, she told him, the kryptonite is in his system, and we have to get him basically up to the sun to knock out the kryptonite poisoning for him to recover, basically. So they had Starfire, which, oh goodness, this, let me not get into that. They had they had Starfire light up. She just set the place ablaze, and Raven, did her little darkness thing around her to keep keep the fire from basically blowing everything up. And keep it contained. Why couldn't I think of the word contained? Keep the fire contained so that he could get all of that energy and fix himself up. Also, I don't know if he had on clothes beforehand, but they were definitely burned off. Which, here's my thing. It makes sense. It's always weird that these characters get hit by stuff and their clothes don't go anywhere. So I don't know if he was naked prior to that because I wasn't paying attention, but afterwards he was. So, bravo. That was the weakest clap I've ever done in my life. Oh man. So yeah, that was nice. I would have liked more on Connor, but with all the extra stuff they were doing with the Robins, they didn't have the time for it. And I don't have a problem with that because the Robins did need a little bit of development. More so Jason than Dick. And also, I'm sorry. Names are escaping me tonight. I want to call her Ravenger because that's like her alias. Can't remember her real name right now. And it's bugging me. But, Eye Patch Chick. She seemed to have a little thing going on with Robin there for a second. And then she found the record that had Jericho's name on it. Which, as soon as she picked it up, I was like, so they're saying that Jericho was part of this group. And they're not telling us about it yet. So it's going to be some big reveal later. Then at the end of the episode, I killed Jericho. Boom. There it is. It kind of sucks. Here's something that has nothing to do with the episode, I guess. Kinda. It kind of sucks that certain characters are basically killed off before they even brought into the story. And it's a shame because they're characters that, are pretty decent characters and I'd like to see more of. But here's the other side of that. They already don't do enough with the characters they have. They have a ton of characters that are lacking development. So, adding more in would be more of a problem than a solution. So, I get it. Yeah, this is different stuff happen. They have an episode with Aqualad and they kill him off. They just basically mentioned that Jericho's already dead. I get it. But that doesn't mean I like it. Oh man, because I'd love to see some Aqualad stuff, And then on top of that, budget. I don't know how big their budget is for this show, but when you have extra characters with extra fantastical powers, they can't, be fully utilized in battle and whatnot because your budget isn't a movie. Oh man, but anywho, going off topic again. They had everybody getting mad at Robin because different stuff. It's just different things that were personal to each member. I don't know if I'd even call them members of the team, but to each different character I don't know if I'd call it the tower because it doesn't seem like, what? To each different character in their living space. They had something that was personal to them be brought about or happen in their place, and they all blamed Robin for it. I was like, I don't know why, but I guess I'm missing something to where everybody blamed him. It was weird, but apparently Deathstroke's like been in the place and he was the one doing that stuff, or at least that's what we're led to believe right now. So I don't know exactly. I'm just not getting why they blamed Robin. I get Raven blaming Robin. I get her because they've, had issues. But everybody, especially the freaking grown people, you're adults. They're acting like children. That's another problem I have. So many characters are grown and they're acting like children. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I get it. It has to be there for the story. But they should be past just blaming people, They should wait, see what he has to say. Ask questions. I don't know. Not just say, why'd you do it? That's not how you ask somebody if they did something. That means you already blamed them. But it's whatever. It's part of the show. That's what they do. Everybody's just a broken mess, and I get it. That's what they're going for with this version of Titans. Everybody is a broken mess. And it looks like we are almost ready to fix the Robins. Or at least Dick. We don't know about Jason yet. I'm looking forward to the next episode. I think this one was pretty dang good. And yeah, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I will see you next time. Peace out and have a great day. Sorry about all the rambling.